to the Edge of Innovation podcast with InSource, the podcast that takes you on a thrilling ride through the world of digital transformation. In this episode, we're speaking with Tom Barczak, CIO for InSource. Interviewer Cody Miller talks with Tom about the use of InSource's client feedback to innovate and improve our solutions and services. Let's hand it over to Cody and Tom to get us started.
Well, Tom, I think I'll start you off with the most important question of the day, and that is, how are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous. It's been a great summer and just having a great time here at InSource and lots of fun going on.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that because I think it's very important to be energized in a conversation such as the one we're about to have. So I guess I'll kind of kick it off. Can you kind of talk about the origin of client experience and, that whole process at InSource Solutions?
Sure, I'd be more than glad to. Client experience is in my blood right now. We actually, as an organization, got started back in, I think it was like 21 or 2022. There was a big change going in the market as far as IT was concerned, as organizations were moving towards subscription-based licensing. And so as an organization, we were providing Viva-based licensing to our clients and to run their manufacturing plants. And in the past, we had a very transactional type of relationship. We gave a quote to a customer, they gave us a purchase order, we sent the licensing out to them. And now as we move to subscription, we're dealing with things where customers are committing to multiple years, and we're also dealing with renewals versus new licensing. So it really changed the world. The manufacturing world was a little bit slower to adopt subscription licensing. The IT folks jumped on it pretty quickly, but the manufacturing folks were a little bit slower. And because of all of that going on, we realized that the client experience and how we work with our clients was going to change. And that change was we moved from transactional to more of this relationship, and where we were measuring ourselves and our clients were measuring ourselves on outcomes that they were getting with the software. So we had faith in this new subscription model and economy that was coming. We had a little bit of vision, and we pivoted our organization around our client experience efforts.
Well, I guess I'll pose the question to you then, because I know, at least with me and a lot of people that I know, a big thing is, everybody likes to complain about subscriptions a lot, but nobody actually really talks about the benefits of having a subscription model service. And what do you think some of the biggest benefits are in the manufacturing space for moving to a subscription service?
Well, I think the biggest one is the way that our vendor Aviva brings subscription to our clients. We have something that's called flex licensing. So people are used to buying subscription licensing for a particular application for a particular need that they have in their organization. When that need went away, they were either left with this subscription or left with this perpetual license, and it was an expenditure that was stuck and provided no additional value to them. So with our vendors offering, we provide something that's called flex licensing. So you may want the licensing to do one thing for a period of time, a year, 2 years, whatever the case may be. When that need, or maybe it's a production line, they may repurpose that production line. You can reclaim those subscription benefits, repurpose it to a totally different application that's in the suite of applications that we have for manufacturing. So it gives our clients the ultimate flexibility from being able to reuse the investments that they've made and repurpose them and get additional value and new value streams out of their software subscriptions.
Yeah, and I think that in general, that really helps with the just the mobility of clients and people in general, trying to just have a better overall experience. I know I'm not a particular person that likes to go out and buy Lego sets, but I know plenty of people that do, and I know that they cost a lot of money. And, a lot of times they're for one specific thing. But, the beauty of Legos is you can take it and put it to anything that you want. And I think that is the beauty of this subscription service that you just talked about is that, you can move around as you need. It's not just you have one thing that you have to do, and then you're restricted to that. You can do anything you need with it. And I think that's great for the overall experience, which leads me to my next question. What do you think that at InSource Solutions, how do you think client experience is defined in our company?
Well, I mean, just to start with what you were just saying about the subscriptions, it comes down to adaptability and being able to adapt the subscription to the needs of the company. And that's one of the elements of our program. Our program is called CREATE. And the elements of the acronym are care, resolution, ease, adaptability, trust, and empowerment. And so we take that acronym and all the various elements of that acronym, and we've defined it from an organizational perspective. And then each and every single department in our company has then gone ahead and defined each of those elements for their respective departments. And we take all of that and we look at our client's journey with us, which now is a longer term journey as we go into subscription modeling. And we measure ourselves against our standard, and we measure how we're doing that. And the way we measure that is with the voice of the client. And that's a very important thing for us.
Yeah, and I feel like just as somebody who has come into the company recently and, have learned a lot of this stuff in kind of a fast-paced environment, I even see this. Like, I come into the company and I see, we have the portal and InGenius AI, and it looks like you guys are innovating almost every day to improve that overall client experience. And I guess speaking of the portal, would you like to kind of elaborate on what the portal is and how that came to be?
Sure. The portal itself is part of some of the suggestions that come through our continuous improvement process. So all of the feedback that we get from our clients, we ingest that into our client improvement program. And then we bubble up the things that make the most sense. And one of those was we were getting a lot of sentiment and hits on needing some form of a self-service portal. So we went out to the marketplace to our clients and we did a very specific survey around the portal and took that feedback and we grabbed the top 10 items and we built out a portal for our clients. And that portal it's a relationship portal in that it provides to our clients lots of things that they need from us on demand for our relationship to work the best that it can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's really important. I mean, I know that a lot of different companies have their own way of doing, I guess, client experience, and I even just looking at a giant company like Amazon, they have a little chat bot that you can talk to whenever your order goes wrong or whatever, and sometimes it's better than others, but it is nice to have an option, and I think that's really kind of the crux at what you're getting at is you're giving our clients options, right? You're giving them ways to do everything and ways to figure out what they need and talk to the people that they need to and when they need to and kind of choose the way to go about everything. And I guess going on kind of, learning from our clients and kind of hearing what they've said over the years, what's kind of like the biggest thing that you can remember about learning from the client experience and applying that to what you're changing? What do you think the biggest thing that you have learned from our clients has been?
So right at this point, one of the things that I've learned and our organization has learned from our clients is there's an immense amount of turnover going on, not only in manufacturing because of people aging out, and we have a lot of new folks that are coming into the manufacturing world. And then we also have company to company movement of these clients, the contacts that are each of these various clients. And from a client experience perspective, what we've learned and what originated some of the things with the portal is just to be able to allow the customer to be able to see things like their old quotes and to be able to see orders that have been placed by people that may no longer be at the company, being able to see invoices that have occurred, which was licensing or flex credits that they've purchased. And probably the most important one is being able to see their technical support cases. Because Cody, we have in our databases every single interaction from a technical support perspective since 2014. And it's thousands and thousands of interactions. So if clients are on our either our subscription modeling or they're on our support agreements for their perpetual license, they have access to all the cases that occurred in their organization for the past 10 years if they've been on support that long with us. And in addition with that, it provides them access to our knowledge center. And the knowledge center has access to all of our cases that we've done in the past. We've taken efforts to sanitize those so there's no intellectual property that one customer has that another might benefit from and those types of things. But there's a lot of value there for our customers through the portal to be able to get this information at their fingertips 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, the way they want to get it, which could be on an iPhone or Android or a tablet or their computer, however they want to get that. And you and I, we're kind of different generations. Being here 30 years at InSource, for support, I like to call in. So I can still call in if I want to, but guys like you that like to go ahead and dig in and research and go to forums, because we have our forum, it's called Insider Plus, and creating a community of people that can help all of us get better. We're providing all these options to our clients through the portal. And you do need to be on either a subscription or a support client to get our support aspects of things. If you're just a regular customer, you can get our quotes and our invoices and things like that. And then for our clients that are under some form of subscription or maintenance agreement, you get all the extra benefits of all the knowledge bases and live chat with our folks between 8 and 4:30 Monday through Friday. And there's just a lot of value there that our clients get from the portal.
Yeah, and I would say that, I personally, I think that it's great that there's, things like forums and things that you can browse through because, personally, it is a lot easier for me to go through and, read a brief, little a thing somewhere than to be like, oh, well, I got to call up this person, let me set aside time for that. And, a lot of younger people sometimes if they are on an hourly wage and, they're working salary, sometimes they find themselves working at night outside of office hours. And, how do you really get things done? And I think that really solves that problem. And I also think it helps to start to solve a problem that has been, the problem of problems for thousands of years. And that's institutional knowledge. That's something that is just lost a lot of times. And, as people come and go, it's only natural. But with something like the portal, I feel like that is finally something that can kind of stick around beyond whatever happens between the people, the clients, the company, whoever it may be. Things happen and it's hard to prevent that. But what you can do is prepare for it. And I think that's what the portal really is doing. And I think that, how do you think that this portal is kind of coming to our clients, and how do you think that it's kind of reaching their current needs and kind of do you think it's being successful at what it's doing?
Yeah, so we're a couple months into it, and we're getting a lot of great traction. We measure the number of people that do come in and use it and how long they're in there, and we're getting a really great traction. And we've gotten some great comments from our customers. We did do a kind of a focus group first that used it for a bit, and then based upon that, we made some changes based upon that. So the feedback in general has been really, really great. But I wanted to go back on something that you said about the turnover in organizations and things like that. Mm-hmm. One of our elements of Create is empowerment, and we're trying to figure out ways through, whether it's through our Genius AI bots or our access to all of our knowledge bases and things like that, is to empower our clients to be able to be self-sufficient. Because turnover in organizations is going to happen as long as there are lotteries that people could buy a lottery ticket. Okay.
Right.
And somebody wins the lottery, and next thing you know, the transition is going to be a very quick one. And there's only probably going to be about 10 to 20% of the institutional knowledge is going to be transferred. So anything that we can do to capture some of that institutional knowledge, but not only institutional for that particular organization, but also across our manufacturing ecosystem. Because we're trying to generate, $1 billion of transformations in manufacturing organizations. And it takes all these various learnings, because a lot of the learnings that we have in one organization is applicable to other organizations. And we believe that we're creating this knowledge base that's going to help manufacturing in general. And the portal is the front side of that, and to provide the experience that our people, that our clients are asking for. And so it really is a game changer. It does bridge the gap a lot of times when people are doing these transitions in organizations.
Now, earlier you had mentioned that, you have to have a subscription to use the portal, or some site or some sort of, contract with us or something or another. Do you care to go a little bit more in depth with that and kind of actually talking about how to use the portal if somebody who does have access to the portal? Absolutely.
So all of our customers, anybody who's purchased anything from InSource, has access to the portal. If somebody is a current contact in our database and they're an account that has bought something from us, they have the ability to go and use the portal at portal.insource.solutions. Okay. Now, there is a subgroup of clients that have the ability to get to some of the case support sections, which provides them the ability to get to technical support or to be able to get to live chat. Those folks need to be on either a subscription, a support contract, or if they've attended training, they're provided 30 days of access to our case support sections. Okay. And if the customer has, the contact has actively worked with us before, all they have to do is come to the portal and reset their password. And there's an easy process that they go to log in and they click reset. If they're not a contact that we have in our database, maybe it's a new employee or it's somebody who didn't regularly interact with us but needs access to it, they can go to the portal and there's a registration page there and they can register. And then our back-end teams will go ahead and just verify that they're a member of that company. And the way we validate that is through their domain name, their @ name. So, for example, we don't accept @Comcast or @Google. We need to have the identifier for the company, so we make sure that people are not improperly making access to somebody's information. And we do, again, all that can be done by an individual coming in through the front door of our portal.
And so we've talked about the kind of the different functionalities of the portal and specifically the chat kind of portion of the portal. How does that differentiate from, me just going on the InSource Solutions site on Google and, clicking on that little chat box in the bottom right? How is that different from that?
So we have two different chat experiences that we provide to our clients. So the first one is the one that is at our main corporate website, and that is a sales chat. Again, that's available 8 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and that goes directly into our sales support team. So if people have questions around their licensing, they need to purchase additional licensing, they'd like to know about our training calendar or things of that particular nature, all that's handled by our sales support. They need an old invoice, they want to place an order, those types of things. The chat that's inside the portal goes directly to our certified technical support engineers. And so we have a team of those that are regularly certified by Aviva and our other vendors to be able to provide tier 1 support to the clients. And those are support-based interactions, and that comes through logging into the portal and going to the online chat page.
And I guess, help me visualize it better, because, in general, I'm new not only to the company, but to the manufacturing space. Lay it out for me, a situation where like this chat is just like what, thank you, what, lay out a situation where I'm like, yes, I need this, and this is going to help me.
Well, I mean, let's take the case of someone who needs some help on installation of the Aviva product. And that's a great place to bring into live chat, because our teams, based upon their experiences of installing the product and running into certain things that need to be present in as far as the operating system or the computer or things of that nature, our teams have written tech notes on what's the best way to install our historian product, or how it's the best way to install the visualization product. And that's a great place to come for live chat. If you have an urgent issue and you're, or it's one of the advanced products like our manufacturing execution solutions, or your plant is down where we need to make a remote session connection to your organization, we want you to call into our phone queue at 888-691-3858. And we want those folks to call in for that optimal support experience. But for the folks that just need basic informational things, they can come in through live chat, or they can use our knowledge bases.
Well, I guess I'll be calling that phone number sometime tonight, asking how I can sleep better at night.
Well, hopefully you don't have to call in. You could just use one of our chat articles or one of our knowledge articles, or if you want to talk to a peer, consider joining our Insider Plus program, which is a forum, and all the manufacturing engineers can get together and commiserate on what they're working on.
Exactly. And, maybe I don't need to talk to someone on how to go to sleep. Maybe I can just, take a look at the chat and kind of ask around or look through the forums, because, it may be, I may want to talk to somebody. I may be feeling lonely, but, it might be faster to go to sleep if I actually find something on the forums, or am able to find something a little bit quicker.
Well, and let me put it succinctly. There's plenty of times in my role as Chief Information Officer and dealing with all the various applications we have, that I don't have that. There's not a night where I may not have a random thought about something technical or the whatnot, and I know I can't reach my account rep because hopefully they're home snug in their bed. It's very reassuring that I can go to the portal, if they have a portal, and I can get to knowledge bases and I can get my question answered, because Cody, before I go to sleep, I can take that and I can set it aside, and it's not a burden I can carry to the pillow. And so it's reassuring to me to be able to have access to those things. And that's some of the things that we're trying to provide access to our clients. We also know that they work second and third shifts. In manufacturing, it doesn't just work, manufacturing doesn't just work 8 to 5.
Well, I think it's reassuring for clients to know that, maybe if they're not calling in to actually learn how to sleep better at night, maybe they're just trying to find some support that will actually make them sleep better at night. So hopefully, I think that hopefully it should provide that to some people. And I think that kind of begs the question, what's next? Like, what's coming? Like, what are you doing now?
Yeah. So before we talk about what's next, there's one other thing I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to the portal, because we've talked a lot about knowledge and chat and those types of things. And we took the portal and we extended it even further, and we created an account team page. And it sounds so simple, but just like our manufacturing clients, we have changes that are occurring in our organization. It's not really so much through attrition, but through our growth. Our members of our organization are growing into other roles. And so sometimes they get shifted off of accounts and moved into other roles that might be not sales support or maybe not tech support. And because of that, it's hard for our clients, because we put ourselves in our clients' mind, and they have 20 vendors, 30 vendors. How do they keep up with all the contacts? Mm-hmm. Well, now if they come to the portal and they click on the account team menu on the left, it'll provide pictures of all the folks that are related to either their training coordinator, their client success coordinator, their sales support, the head of tech support. It'll provide phone numbers, email addresses, and in several cases, people actually have their Microsoft bookings links up there. So if you need to book a meeting with them, you don't have to go through all that email back and forth, the inefficiencies of all that. You can click on that and you can see the person's schedule, what their availability is, and you can go ahead and book a time with them. So I didn't want to not miss out on telling you about that, because that's one of the important parts about the portal. It's just keeping track with who's supporting you. Okay. Mm-hmm. So to go to your question is, what's next? Right now we're monitoring. So we have just brought out an enhanced online chat page that is just getting ready to get launched here in just probably a day or two. And then once we're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and start surveying again our clients to get their feedback, because we want their feedback to empower our continuous improvement process, to help us understand what is the next thing that we might go work on with the portal. And that continuous feedback is not only about the portal. We're seeking feedback across our entire client journey, from the moment that they have transacted an order with us to when they've done tech support with us, when they go to training. We take all of that continuous improvement information and we bring it into our processes, and then we figure out what the next thing is to go. But I can tell you there's some changes coming in, things like AI, there's some things coming in with our forums, and we're just trying to continue to massage these various tools to provide our clients the best experience they can have.
All right. So now you mentioned the the buzzword that everybody's crazy about, that the whole whether it be the stock market, whether it be people on Facebook, whether it be anything, everybody is fascinated with that one buzzword that you just mentioned, that is AI. Can you tell me what do you see InSource Solutions doing to apply AI in the future of our client experience? Because a lot of it, a lot of times people talk about AI and it is just buzzwords. It doesn't have a lot out of use cases in what they're talking about, and it's
Sure.
it's overblown in a lot of areas. But tell me why I should believe otherwise here.
It's hard to sort through a lot of the wheat to get with the chaff, and just being able to peel things back and get to the real seed that is of value there. AI is a buzzword, and if you watch the stock market right now, there are a lot of financial people that are dumping money out of AI companies at this point, or AI technologies. But I'll tell you is there is a lot of applicability for artificial intelligence in our various applications. We have some very simple things that we're working on right now internally to affect the client experience. And one of those is to use Microsoft Copilot and another AI tool that actually will create a learning model around all of our documents that we have from all of our experiences over the last 10 years. And what that does is, you might say, well, that sounds a lot of internal facing to InSource. Well, what it does is that as we bring new folks on, because as we're growing, because we are a growing organization, we're very excited as an employee stock owned company that we continue to grow and bring on new shareholders in our company. Those knowledge bases and the artificial intelligence to be able to surface the informations faster and more effectively and with more confidence allows us to get answers to our clients faster. It allows us to provide better configurations of the software environment. It's better for the turnaround time with our clients, and just speeding up that whole process with folks. And so I see a lot of value with that. And then right now we have another one that is actually exposed to our clients on our Knowledge Center that one of our innovation teams is working on, which is called Ingenious AI. And we've gone ahead and taken an AI tool, and we've built out a learning language model that is across all of our tech support tickets, all of our vendors' manuals, and tech notes and things of that nature, so customers can just ask real English language questions. Actually, it'll actually do some international language. We've been doing some testing with that, as even the international questions are bringing back answers that our clients need faster than if they could go ahead and scour the internet for that information. So I see a lot of applicability in our business. And then there's some other things that as we start looking at the way that people are buying and the things that are buying, that AI engine will be able to help us look at what maybe some new what are some new future solutions to help empower manufacturing organizations into the 2030, 2040, 2030, 2050, out into that range. So there's a lot of good applicability out there. So is there a lot of hype? There is a lot of hype. Is there applicability? Absolutely. It's just a matter of applying the tool properly for the task at hand.
I am very glad to hear that it is a lot more than just hype. But Tom, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time to have a conversation with me. Sometimes it's not the easiest, but I appreciate you coming out, taking the time and doing all this.
Cody, absolutely. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with our clients. And I just want to encourage our clients to keep talking to us, because we are listening and we are evolving and changing our organization based upon your feedback. And those surveys really do make a difference, and the conversations you have with our people make a difference. And we look forward to creating more transformations in our manufacturing clients' businesses.
Great. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Cody. And thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more information from InSource and our partners. And until next time, stay on the edge of innovation.